Hi guys, and welcome back to one important message. This is not just for people with a mental illness. This is for everyone. Everyone at this time can use a schedule, a routine. It's helpful for all of us because I think a lot of people are bored and don't know what to do with themselves. So just keep on watching, even if you don't really suffer from, I think we all suffer from something though, but even if you don't feel like you relate to this, maybe you can use some tips. Maybe you think something is useful. So you're welcome. You're invited to keep on watching, obviously. I guess at this point we're all quarantined and everything is closed. I don't know about you guys, but in my country, gyms closed over a week ago, restaurants closed over a week ago, like retail stores closed 4 or 5 days ago. So a couple of countries are already on lockdown, and you guys probably are bored, and everybody is bored, and this is a hard time for everybody, and we're all probably really scared of what is going on and when this will end and everything. But one thing that is on my mind is, especially because it's really close to my heart and to myself, and I know friends and family who are struggling, is for people with mental illness or people who are just generally mentally ill. People who suffer from depression, from anxiety, from a bipolar disorder, whatever it is, this is really hard for all of us to routine, and we do have to do kind of the same things daily. And we need to be careful if something changes, and just little routines like getting up immediately, making your bed, then writing down what your goals are for today, not pressuring yourself, checking off every little thing. At the night, you're going to write down how you're feeling, how the day went, and stuff like that. I mean, everybody has their own routine and things they learn with their therapist or in the clinic or whatever. I guess we all learned a lot through our journey, or even if you haven't been to a therapist, you kind of found your own routine that works for you. And obviously, this whole situation is throwing our routine under the bus. And I know this is really hard. And I have to admit, the first week I spent sleeping in. And I know this doesn't sound bad. I mean, yes, you've slept in for a couple of days. How bad can that be? But believe me, for people like me, this is terrible. I shouldn't do that because then my whole day is a mess and I can't focus anymore. And then I'm beating myself up for doing this. And it's terrible. So believe me, I should not sleep in for a couple of days in a row. Doing it one day, okay, I can forgive myself, but doing it a couple of days in a row is then it can become a pattern, and you need to break out of that pattern, and that can be even harder than just getting up in the first place. But I'm no expert on this whole thing, but I'm just trying to share my tips and my advice and what I'm doing as of right now. So when it comes to the routine, as I said, the small things you can still do. You can still get up in the morning. You can still make a plan for the whole day. You can still make your bed, which you guys can see I did. You can still stick to your to-do list. You can still do that. And I encourage you to do so because I didn't do it in the first week and I felt miserable. Stick to your routine. Do the small things still. Look if your country is still allowing to go out, because this is important. It's important to keep yourself safe and everybody around you. So if you can, or if you have a backyard, if you have a balcony, try to get a lot of fresh air. Like if you don't have any of that, because I don't have any of that, I just open the window and sit there and get fresh air. What I also did is I found new hobbies. I'm trying out a lot of things. I'm literally setting myself a schedule for the day. So I have a schedule to work, I have a schedule to study, I can still go to the grocery store, I guess in most countries. So I try to do that when it's not too crowded. And also it's nice to get out of the house. So I have also scheduled for when I'm going to the grocery store, and this is actually helping me. I've been productive this week because I'm sticking to it. And even if you're not mentally ill, as I already said, you can take these tips and you can still have a schedule. This is helping everyone right now. So I got a few hobbies. One, for example, is painting. One is redoing my whole apartment, redecorating, and also painting the walls. So I'm not just painting on canvases at the moment, I'm also painting my walls. So this is a really nice hobby, and I'm just trying to keep myself busy. And obviously it is allowed to play games. If I had a successful day, I give myself like 30 minutes, 1 hour playing Age of Empires, because yes, I do love that game. So I do that, or I give myself some time to play a game on my phone, which also important, don't get lost. Because sometimes I start one game, I did that last week, and I ended up playing for 2 hours. And obviously I had a headache, obviously I could have used that time better, we all can. So yes, of course, you can play games, but set yourself a time limit. This is really important. You get lost in those games. So another thing is get rest. And I mean it, seriously. I'm sitting here in pants, and I know memes on Instagram is like, for all these crazy people sitting at home in pants, who or what are you trying to prove? Well, what I'm trying to prove is that I can be productive even when I have to stay inside. There's no reason to run around in your bathrobe all day. Actually, I've done that too. Actually, I've been in my bathrobe a lot lately. But I realized if I get dressed and if I put on a little bit of makeup or just do my hair in a nice way, it's helping me being productive. And I know that. And I don't know why I haven't stick to it. So literally get dressed or do your hair or whatever is helping you just to look nice and to feel nice. Because for me, if I'm looking nice, I'm feeling good. And I don't mean put full glam on, don't put full makeup on or whatever, but just get out of your PJs and you will realize you're more productive. Another thing, and this is especially for people who do suffer from a mental illness, is your therapist is probably not available at the moment. And I know some therapists offer like sessions through the phone or through email. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not a huge fan of sending these details through the whole internet or just sharing them on the phone. You never know, especially with emails, who can read them or who has access to your phone if you don't even know it. Maybe you, I don't know, some friend is just checking something on your phone and then they can find out everything about you and your life. I think that's super dangerous and it can put you in a terrible position. So I'm not a huge fan, but if you are doing that and if your therapist is offering that help, I guess take it, and if it's actually is useful or helpful, then just do it. I'm not a fan of that. I would not bring myself to do that, and I don't even know a therapist who does that. I mean, there are hotlines you can call if you really are in a terrible position, but that's something else, and that is something I'm encouraging you to do. If you really are at the edge of something and you don't know what to do and you don't know who to talk to, then call one of those hotlines. I'm begging you, get the help you need and deserve. In general, I would not really do online sessions with a therapist, but again, it's up to you. This is totally up to you. But what I do think is important is that you are talking to someone. Or you can do your notes. I mentioned this diary. It's like, what was it called? Like mood diary or something, which you write down at the end of the day how you felt, what you accomplished, even the little things. Even if you just got out of bed and you took a shower, you washed your hair, whatever, it is an accomplishment, believe me. It's really nice to look back and be like, oh wow, I did do things, especially on days when you thought you didn't achieve anything. Write it down and you will look back and be like, oh, okay, I did do something, and that's really amazing. So do that, and call friends and family that know your struggle, that know your problem. You don't have to talk about what you're going through. You can, but you don't have to. It's also just nice to talk to someone, to socialize. Even in a time of social distancing, you can socialize through the phone. That is a really nice thing. We live in a really, really great time. We have FaceTime, we have Skype, we have messages, we have everything. Come on, we even have dating apps if you do want to socialize in that way. That's also an option. I think we are in a really fortunate position. We have all these options available to still stay in contact with everyone around us. So take advantage of those and just call someone. And also, if you are calling someone, maybe you're someone who just calls their parents or their friends laying in bed, PJs on, hair is not done, whatever. Maybe you are, but I, for example, am someone, if I'm calling someone, I want to look nice again. So I do have to get up and I do have to get dressed, at least just the top. You can wear whatever at the bottom, but I still, I do want to look like I haven't just slept for 4 days in a row and I haven't left my bed. So I guess this applies to a lot of people. So just FaceTiming someone makes you put on clothes actually, or put on makeup or whatever. In my experience, that helped. So stay in contact with everyone. This is really, really crucial for your social health. And probably there are a lot more tips, but I also don't want to make a video 30 minutes long and then nobody is going to watch it and then nobody can listen to any of the advice I'm trying to give. And so those are my thoughts. Also try to not binge eat. It's easy to just binge watch a whole show on Netflix like Love is Blind, which I also did, but I cleaned my apartment while I was doing so, or I was writing down some notes for work or something while I was watching. So remember, you don't need to sit on the couch and just stuff yourself or your face with chips and sweets and whatever while watching something. You can be productive while watching something. So always keep that in mind, and this is something I also do. And yeah, so I have a lot of things planned for today, and I'm also going to call my best friend. He's been waiting, so I'm going to call him, and as I said, I'm going to socialize. And I hope you guys are doing the same, and even if you are not doing it, I hope you guys are well, and I hope this whole pandemic will get better for all of us. But what is important at the moment is that we're staying home and we're doing our part in helping others and trying to save lives, because it's easy. We just need to stay inside and we can save lives. This is the easiest way of saving lives or saving people from getting sick we will ever get. Like, we just need to stay inside and we can do that. We can still stick to our plan and we can still be productive. If I can do it, believe me, all of you can do, really. So that's it for today's video. I hope some tips were helpful for someone, and I hope you guys are being productive today, or you're feeling well, or I don't know. I just hope you're having a great day, even if you're stuck inside. And yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.